Well, hello there. Come on in. Come on in. Welcome. This is Take a Break with Breeda. I'm Breeda Miller, and I'm so glad that you're here on this Monday morning. So it's July 20th, and 10 days from now we have the big storytelling event. Ooh, so it'll be a free event. I'm excited about that. And most of the work is done, so I'm really excited about that. I hope you had a good weekend. I had two big thrills this weekend that I want to share with you. One was there was a big rainstorm, a thunderstorm here, and the really good news is we did not lose power. A lot of other people did, so I'm grateful for that. But our porch is, 90% done. Jim is going to put the finishing touches on it today. And when it's raining outside and I can be on the porch, I feel like I'm cheating because I'm outside, but I'm staying dry, and just the smell of the rain and everything is so wonderful. So add on top of that, I took a nap. Yes. Is there anything better than being on a porch in the rain and taking a nap? I mean, it was glorious and delicious. So that was the highlight of the weekend. And then last night we had a nice little dinner, and I had a pleasure that I've never had before. We grilled some burgers, and then we had those little tiny baby potatoes. I didn't grow them, but we tossed them with some butter and some parsley that I did grow. So it was fresh parsley. We had the beets that I did grow and that the deer did not eat. And so we had the beets with a little bit of balsamic vinegar, and then cucumbers from the garden with just a nice little a Manchester sauce, kind of. It's a sweet and sour sauce with vinegar and some sugar and salt, and it was delicious. So that was the highlights of the weekend. It was wonderful, and I'm so grateful to enjoy this little bounty. And I'm not going to think about the startup costs of a first time garden, because it would have been cheaper just to go to the farmer's market and buy those veggies, but it wouldn't have been as thrilling, and I don't think they would have tasted as good. So I hope that you had some small that maybe in other times, things that we would take for granted, that now in these really stressful, challenging times, if we can acknowledge little things that we do that improve the quality of our life, they're wonderful, and they're little gifts that we can embrace. So one of the things I was thinking about is fashion, because I'm all about fashion. I was thinking about becoming an influencer, right? A social media influence with fashion. And then I said no, because some people are trying to look sexy and hot and cool, and I'm just trying to look not embarrassing. The bar is low. So if I can just get out the door on the few places I have to go and not look embarrassing, I figure I've won. So, I have a little collection of scarves. Love scarves. Scarves are one of my favorite accessories because they always fit. Never had a scarf feel too tight. So that's a thrill right there. But I have, scarves, and I have, what else? A little bit of jewelry. I'm clearly not a fashionista. But who knew? Did you ever think in January that you'd have conversations about the fashion decisions regarding masks, right? I wouldn't. But I wanted to share with you my collection, because I had one that I ordered like 8 weeks ago that finally arrived on Saturday. It was kind of a thrill. I'll save that one for last. But I have this one that I got a while ago that's a lot of fun. It's borderline creepy, but it's fun, and people comment on it. And I tell them, you know what, I'm just trying to make the best of it. It's also pretty comfortable. It's cotton. Then we have this little model, which is, more, this is actually one for my husband. It's very manly. Then we have one that is K95 sort of, and this is like serious. If I'm going into like the hospital, not me, but you know, going to have a meeting or do something and I'm really concerned about proximity. There's that one. This one was a gift that I got that is really cool. It's called a buff, and people when they walk the Camino or when they're involved in athletic pursuits, which you know for me is very limited, but it's a multi-purpose thing. It can be a headband, but you can wear it and pull it up like this. In these hot months, this is going to be too hot, but you know if we're still needing these in the fall and the winter, which newsflash, I think we will. We've got this. Then I have a basic disposable one that works. It's lightweight, so this works well. But this is the fun one that I just got. What do you think? I think it kind of works. So anyway, you know, they're a necessary part of what we need to do to deal with this pandemic and to be able to move forward, to be able to go shopping, to be able to get together, you know, in healthy ways. So I hope that those folks who have been resisting them and that they can find a way to say, okay, I don't believe it. It's not, I don't think it works, but I'm going to do it because I do care about other people and other people are anxious. So right now is a time that I'm really sensing a lot of anxiety and stress about September, about decisions parents have to make about going back to school, about decisions about companies moving forward, about whether people are going to do what they need to do to keep businesses open, which means to wear masks and to keep socially, you know, not socially distant, I don't like that so much, but physically distant, so that restaurants and bars can stay open and businesses can thrive and people can feel safe to go and shop and keep the economy running. So I do think that we can do both. I think we can stay healthy, we can find ways to support the economy, but we really need to work on it together, and I hope that people are able to get that, and that it's not one or the other, that we need to find ways to do both to move forward. So I saw something over the weekend that really touched my heart, and I want to share it with you. And it was a meme that it said, and I've always believed this, and that is this is a mindset piece. 2 things that is important to keep in your mind and in your heart if you want to be successful in life, however you define success, whether your definition of success is where you live, whether it's how much money you have in the bank or your health or all of those things. Everybody has a different definition of success, and that's important to recognize, because what is successful and meaningful to me might not be successful or meaningful to you. And that's absolutely fine. You know, we're not you know, we're all in the same storm. We're not all in the same boat. I think that's an important consideration. So here's the 2 really, I didn't make them up. I've read them long before, and I don't know who said it originally, and if you know, maybe you'll put it in the comments. But the first one is, this is how you can measure, I think, character, and also how you can feel successful. And that is the way you manage when you have nothing. How do you manage your life, yourself, your behavior when you have nothing? And then the opposite, the way you behave when you have everything. Isn't that powerful? I mean, some people are able to be so gracious and they have nothing. And they can feel happy and they can find joy in what others might consider to be a horrible situation. But they find ways to enjoy life and to appreciate what they do have, the small things or the small bits that it is. And then other people may have everything and they're miserable because lots of reasons why. So think about that. How do you manage when you have nothing? And then how do you behave when you have everything? When I was in high school in the dark ages, there was one of those motivational posters up on the wall in a course that a class I had. I think it was called Family Living, something like that. It was, I don't even know if there's anything comparable offered today. It was a life skills class, and it was extremely, extremely helpful. This was the class that had all these posters. Remember the one with the kitten, you know, on the branch that said, hang in there, you know. This was one of those kinds of things. But this one has stuck with me. And it was simply, it's good to be content with what you have, never with who you are. And I love that. It means that we can always improve who we are. We can always improve ourselves, our behavior, our knowledge, the way that we treat others. We can always improve that. And that's something to strive toward. But it's also absolutely fine to be content with what we have, the material things we have. We don't necessarily have to strive to have a fancier car or a bigger house or other physical things. So keep that in your heart and your mind. It might be helpful to you. It has really made a difference in my life in terms of prioritizing and helping me decide what's really important. So it's Monday. My bullet journal, I was working on it this morning, and I've already checked off like 5 things. Okay, I'm not trying to brag here, but I had made my bed, done. I dropped off the absentee ballots for the primary in Michigan that our family filled out, so I dropped those off at the township office this morning, so yay! Checked off the list, feeling very accomplished. So I hope that there's small things that you can do today that will help you feel that you're moving forward in a positive way. And really, most importantly, whatever you have to do today, take care of yourself. Recognize that these are stressful times. Give yourself space and grace. Give other people space and grace. And we will get through this. We will get through this, and we will remember this time of times of sacrifice, and there may be great examples of great love, and I hope that you can find those, and that you can not only find those in other people and witness that, but maybe find a way to show some great love. Was it Mother Teresa who said, just do small things with great love? So those are my thoughts for Monday. I'm so glad that you joined me. Have a nice cup of stay cool wherever you are. Stay hydrated, really important. And I will see you soon. But remember, take a break before you break. This is Breeda Miller. See you soon.